Hello, Blue-Lusional listeners. It is Casey in the editing phase of this process. And it looks like this episode, this grassroots candidate interview, is just going to be audio only. We had a little bit of issues with video, and we don't want to have to re record. So you're just going to have to listen in and imagine our faces all talking. But please listen because Jonathan Bonner is amazing and he's going to do great things for Georgia. And we're excited for you to hear this interview. So enjoy.
Welcome back to another episode of Chat GRC. We have one of our good friends here. Why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
Hi, my name's Jonathan Bonner. I'm running for Congressional District 13 in Georgia. I am a single father, caretaker to a disabled vet. My mom was a former federal worker. My sister works as a teacher in a Title I school. And I care about you and I care about our community. And I want to have a change in our nation and I want to inspire the youth to actually do something about our lives. And I don't like old Democratic incumbents that don't do anything. So I want to get rid of those.
We love that.
We love
We love that here. Yeah. And I'm Jonathan Bonner and I care about you. That's stuck in my head. I love it.
Yes.
I love that.
We've known Bonner. We go back.
Yeah.
We go back to the April TikTok, all the grassroots candidates coming out of the woodworks, and we were like, oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, he's gonna
do something.
do it. And so we've
Best
been
content
fans ever since.
The most creative content out of a candidate.
If there was an
1000%,
award,
hands down.
I must be doing some type of waves. I've had people start following me. I've had people with Bernie follow me on Instagram. I was like, oh, okay. It's like 200,000 followers, a lot of famous. I'm like, I guess Bernie might have liked this. The people, maybe. Again,
yeah.
I'm here to plug you guys
You
in.
stick out. You stick out.
Yep.
Hopefully in a good
way.
Definitely in a
100%.
good way.
Yes.
So let's just start with the basics. What inspired you? What was your light bulb moment? Aha, I have to run.
So I've always been active in my community. My family's very heavy in the community where we live. And throughout kind of the whole tenure of my life, I've always been that person who likes the underdogs. I love big Star Wars. I'm an anime guy, so I like a lot of underdog stories from like Demon Slayer, solo leveling, and things like that. But in that instance, the place where we are now, I have been constantly disappointed, and I have been set a standard of what a politician is and what a public servant should be, and I was tired of it. And in that moment, I saw that David Scott, who's the incumbent now, was there, and I did my research, and I said, okay, 2022. I said, Mr. Scott, send him an email. I said, what are you doing? You're kind of old. What's going on? Never got a response. And in that moment, that lit a fire in me. And I said, okay, I'm going to get mine. And 2024 comes around and Trump gets elected. And then I say, who's my congressman still? It's David Scott. And that's where I said, I can't do it. I know he's not going to be the person to stand up to him. I know he's not going to be the one to fight these Republicans, these MAGA. And in that instance, I threw my hat in. I am a caretaker to a disabled vet, and I'm a I'm a single father to a 10-year-old boy. And my job is to make sure their lives are good, as well as my community, my family. And I can't sit back and be a keyboard warrior and say, oh, we need to do this and that. I want to put my money where my mouth is, and I threw my hat in the race. And with that, I'm really good with content. So in that moment, I said, how am I going to separate myself from these other people? How am I going to distance myself? And that's where we started coming up with different things, or I came up with different things and concepts. And I annoyed the living crap out of my family. I said, record this, do this. No, we got to redo this. And we set the standard. But with that, it's been a hell of a journey. And yeah, that's all I got.
Love
Okay.
it.
You say you're huge on the community. So for the people who don't know, because we're, as I say, we have a crash course in
Yeah.
democracy as it's falling apart. So what would you, as a Congress member, have control over at the local level, and how would you be able to, have effective change amongst your community?
I always tell people a congressman is very important. So he is the person that's not like your city councilman, your board of commissioners. I'm the person that goes to DC and procures funds for us to send back to Georgia or back to the communities to make sure that, hey, we have extra money and funding to open more schools or more hospitals. Make sure if there's a disaster that there's funds allocated to that. We can see from the Texas incident a few months ago that what happens when you don't allocate the funds to that, something horrible happens. And I'm the one to be the voice of my community for DC and kind of set the standard of who we are, what we want, and what we're really about. And unfortunately, I'm going to keep on going back to Mr. Scott. He doesn't represent that. I mean, he's 79, almost 80. I'm not an ableist. He's in a chair. His last campaign, he was in hospice that came out. If you see Mr. Scott, it's only at a private event, kind of like Batman and Bruce Wayne type of thing, where you only see him at
Oh my god.
exclusive events with money, people with money, and you don't see him out
Of
in the community.
course.
You never see him at back to school drives. You never see him at a Kroger, Walmart, the basics. But he wants to represent us. He hasn't had a town hall since 2009. I
Oh, hell
was
no.
2009.
What?
That I'm telling you, Bruce Wayne. He is Bruce Wayne of congressmen. You don't see him unless you have money and it's a private event. He wants to say he's about the community and things like that, but yet he's never here. He can't tell you what's going on in his district. So I can't sit back and let someone have that. I, we have to call people out
That's
on that. 2009. If I could,
That was half of my life.
2009.
Half of my life
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
There's supposed to be multiples of those a year.
Exactly. Multiple keyword. That shows you
They
how
keep
out of
voting
touch
for
you are.
him.
It's only
I'm
based off a
actually
name.
shocked. That
He
that
came
is
back from
almost the
hospice? Who comes back from hospice?
that's that's almost the opposite of identity. Like, how do people even know who you? That's not even identity politics. It's just
When
that's
I
it's
tell
damn near
you,
Weekend at Bernie's.
if you
Damn,
look up
wow.
a picture of him currently, like out, he got mad. There's a video circulating. Someone took a picture of him at the house, but he was in a wheelchair. And he tried to fight that person that was taking the picture. Why? Because he was in a wheelchair. Because people, he doesn't want people to see him on the who he truly is. I have a lot of government officials that have gone up to DC and say, Mr. Scott, you can't stand for more than 5 minutes. If I said, Mr. Scott, if you can stand up for 10 minutes and give me 10 push-ups, nothing crazy, I'll drop out of this race. I would, but I know he won't do that. And that shows you what type of person he is, and that shows his character, his demeanor, his ethics to the commitment of his constituents. I it's very unfair.
Wow. It is. That man wants to live. That is, to come back from hospice, you really want to live. And I mean, I'll give it to him. He wants to, you know, to
Live your
be
life
in politics that
somewhere.
badly, live your life. But at some point, you have to pass the baton over to somebody who actually knows the constituents and will actually fight for them, because he's stuck in obviously 2009. He hasn't talked to them since 2009. How does he know what they want?
Bro,
They don't. And
I'm
that's the part
shocked.
we need to call out. I mean, I don't want someone to represent me that doesn't know the community. I mean, I don't the
Mhm.
age, Bernie is very active. Very, very active. He's about the same age. And we do not call out Bernie. Why? Because Bernie's out in the open doing whatever he needs to do. Mr. Scott's not.
He's
And
outside.
that's the part where we have to really start calling out. It's been 13 uh members of Congress and Senate that have died since 2020 in office. And people don't realize how crucial that is. I mean, we can see now in Texas, my friend Isaiah Stewart, he's running for Congress in Texas. Governor Abbott held off that election, so they didn't have representation for more than a year. And now they're gerrymandering that district, so he might not even be able to go to Congress to help represent that community. And that's why we need to make sure we pass the baton before it's too late, because when you have these Republican governors, they can control when the election happens, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And that leads directly into the next question, which means, you know your constituents. You're here, you're in the thick of it with them. So, how have your constituents in District 13 been affected by this current administration, and how are you going to protect them?
Horribly. I mean, be honest, I believe there is over 1 million people that are on SNAP benefits, Medicare benefits, and they're going to get kicked off. We have a very low poverty rate when it comes to, I think it is over 115,000 people that are under poverty levels. So again, they're not getting those SNAP benefits. They're not getting provided for, as well as even our VA. We have shut 2 VAs down in the past 2 years. And with that, they are all concentrated into one, my district, VA. And that is veterans that have served and fought for our country. Now that takes about 3 months to get a general checkup, follow up, things like that. And that puts you at risk for more health problems and things like that. And I can attest, my dad, he's a veteran, and it takes 3 months to see a doctor. It takes sometimes 4 months, 5 months to see a specialist. My dad has liver disease, as well as other like problems, and so it takes constant, and it's the unfortunate, I have to go to out of network doctors to see those specialists and make sure my dad's health is good, and that's me paying out of pocket. I'm not rich. I wish I was like rich and lived a lavish life, but I don't have money to throw down the drain, and just because I want to make sure my father lives longer and is taken care of. And it's just very unfortunate. So I feel the pain of a lot of constituents, even defunding the Department of Education. My sister teaches in my district, and she works at a Title I school, and people don't realize how much, oh, the state gives them the funds. They're not going to give the funds. They never do. And they really, really emphasize that so they can kind of take the money back to the state, have it for themselves, and allocate it to some other things that we don't need. And a lot of teachers are left kind of just shit out of luck, and they have to pay out of pocket, and teachers already don't make enough money. So it makes it a lot worse. And I believe the icing on the cake is we are very, very lax on big corporations buying up housing. So young people, it's damn near impossible unless you come from really good money or you saved a lot of money over time to buy a house. 70,000 homes are owned by corporations. And people don't realize 70,000 homes, that's not a lot. A normal town doesn't have more than like 5,000, 10,000. That's medium size. So that's multiple towns owned, and these corporations don't take care of these homes. They're horrible when they come to renting. I've dealt with it. My brother had a tree fall on his house and say, "Hey, what are we going to do about that?" We'll we'll take the tree off, give it about 2 months, and then we'll fix the roof. But you're still going to pay rent though. And that's their mindset. It is very, very unfortunate. And my district is very suffering really bad. So I want to be that fighter. I want to be that voice that cause hell and make sure that people know what's going on, because we're not voicing truly of what's happening. Because a lot of people don't, I think the pride in them uh, doesn't want to kind of show the vulnerability of what's happening to them.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So here's a kind of a heavy one for you. So we've seen since after they overturned Roe, women's rights have just been getting stripped away slowly, even though we were screaming that as soon as it got overturned. And then that basically leads us to the, call it what it is, an experiment that they did on Adriana Smith in Georgia. So what would you be able to put on the House floor so that women's rights could be protected in Georgia?
I would codified Roe v. versus Wade, and in that instance, everyone, if you don't know that jargon and things like that, that would codify, or let's not say codify, that would solidify that law. That would make sure no one can really disrupt that, take that away. No states could say, "Hey, it's on my state, my thought process. We don't have to listen to that." No, it's a federal regulation that we would have oversight over everyone as well as the states, so they don't have to do experiments, or they won't do experiments and things like that. It's very unfortunate that they target women that don't have a voice. And me being part of Men for Choice, you learn a lot of facts, a lot of learning facts. In 1970, um, they believed by 1978 that Roe v's, or not Roe v's versus Wade, but abortions would be such a common thing. It would be something more, it's a walk in the park, because they understood what the reasoning was. But unfortunately, we have political people that use that to weaponize that and kind of create a division and make people feel like they're killing babies. In all reality, they're not. And people don't understand truly why people have abortions, as well as we don't have sufficient funds nor kind of the personnel to take care of kids. I mean, in this day and age, I'm 30. I take care of my 10-year-old boy. I hear how much daycare is, and I say that is a damn mortgage. That is rent,
It
mortgage,
is.
whatever. And
It's
I
like a
feel
mortgage.
bad. Who's gonna pay over $1,000? I mean, who has that money just kind of laying that way? God forbid you're a single parent. That means you have to pick and choose your battles and say, well, guess I'm not eating this month because I gotta make sure that I gotta take care of my child and things like that. And it's unfortunate, and we're not addressing the issues. We're not giving us proper actual like support. So don't tell me to have a kid and say, oh, we're gonna take care. You're not. Foster care, when have we heard
Yep.
something really good come from that? I know we came with good intentions and
Never.
things like that, but do we really make sure those kids are taken care of? Do we make sure kids are taken care of? Why are kids paying for lunch while billionaires make money every year?
Mhm.
More and more of these corporations and things like that, they get more and more tax breaks, yet my child has to pay for lunch. That makes no sense.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
Yep.
we know you've already kind of talked about this a little bit, that you are a huge advocate for the veteran community, being a caretaker for your father and seeing everything he's had to go through and endure. That shouldn't happen for somebody who's fought so hard for this country and for our freedoms. So we want to dive more into specifics as to what you would like to do, what those first steps are going to be for the veteran community when you win.
I want to open up more VA hospitals, as well as just hospitals in general. I feel like they should be more supported, especially in the rural areas, because those are the people that go untreated. Those are the areas where someone dies because something simplistic that could have been caught, and they shouldn't be dying. And I'm not saying something crazy, a hospital every 10 miles, but we have enough money. These hospitals make billions and billions of dollars. They have money for us. So there should be that. There should be proper support. We should provide actual help to doctors and medical people in the health care field and give them more opportunities. Even with that, I'm very big with just addressing the elephant in the room. We have Medicare for all veterans. Why can't we have that for everyone? We pay into that all the time. Everyone doesn't really realize that that is Medicare for all, but no one blinks an eye. And they're like, socialism, that's bad. You're doing socialism right now. Social Security,
It's
that's social.
there.
The money's there. I'm not saying something crazy radical, but why don't we start talking about that? There can be private insurances and things like that, but that gives us the option where you can pick and choose what you want. But we have people that go into medical debt all the damn time because they have to choose, oh, well, do I get this procedure or do I pay my light bill? That's horrible. Do I take my
Mm-hmm.
medication to help me get through my day, or do I just skip it this week or this month? It happens a lot more. I have a friend that has Crohn's. He's missed procedures because he's like, bro, I don't have $1,000, and it's like, if you don't have that procedure, you're gonna die. You get sick, you go to the hospital, your immune system's exposed a lot worse, but you can't afford that. But this company's still making millions of dollars, billions of dollars. That's not adding up to me. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I want to speak for the veterans. I want to give them more support. Mental health is very big. I think since the Iraq War, suicides have tripled or quadrupled since then. So we need to
Yeah.
start talking about that. And it's unfortunate that Republicans, MAGA, say they love our troops, but do they really do anything for them? Do they? You're
No.
cutting their benefits. You're cutting
No.
their
They.
health. It it's never. So my big thing is just calling them out on their bullshit, and that's just me being transparent with them and show them I'm gonna lay out the facts, the data, and say you can say this, but the data's saying this. Stop lying to yourself. Stop making this seem like you're the holy man, the godly man. The I'm for the veterans. No, you're not. So there's that. So that's my 2 cents on that. So
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. They definitely use them as
I
props.
yeah. I can't wait till you get up to the podium and start telling them off.
oh, it's
Mr.
gonna be bad.
Bernard.
I
Oh,
I think
bad.
the funny thing with me is just the cussing. I toned it down, but I feel like the anger might just like trigger, and all you're gonna see on like C-SPAN, Fox, CNN, motherfucker, beep 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 beep. I might throw a table and be like, fuck, beep 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 beep, and then she's like, well,
At this point, do it.
exactly, you got to crash out.
That's what we need.
Yeah, and if
That's
they
what we
say
need. We
anything,
need more crash
yeah, if
outs.
they say
I
anything, we'll
tell
come out with our video saying, "Didn't you hear Trump drop the F-bomb that one time?" He
exactly.
did it
Once I heard the
twice.
F
Yeah.
bomb, I said
Yeah.
that's
So
gave me the green light. I'm gonna push the
Yeah.
level.
All
I
the
want to
talk.
bring
he can
back
do it.
Jeeps.
Bring back swearing.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Might even add that into law. This fucking law better not get touched. Like,
Hey, gloves are off. He
yeah.
did it so everybody else can do it. He opened that
Yeah,
up.
he did.
But I think you basically pretty much answered majority of this. But so what are going to be your 3 priorities when you win? We got vets down. That's
Vets,
probably number 1.
affordable housing, as well as healthcare.
Yes.
There's so many big things I want to address. Healthcare, housing, um, cost of living. All right, I want to say that's housing. I could say just livable wage. I think everyone wants a livable wage.
Yep.
Everyone wants to be able to buy a house, regardless if you work at McDonald's shop. Because back in the 90s, you could work at McDonald's, have a fucking family, and buy a house.
Yep.
Can you do that now? No.
Hmm.
And that should tell you something. I think we should start calling the baby boomers and all them out and say, just admit that it's a lot harder to get your life situated in this age. I'm not saying we're not working as hard, but I think we are. But just in your mindset, you should understand that it's a lot harder. And they're starting to realize that because, hey, my kid has to move back home and move in with me. Why? He works
Mm-hmm.
so hard. He works 40 plus hours. He's gone to school, but he's in a lot of debt. Why? Did you have to do that? No. How much was your schooling? Oh, not a lot. Oh, wow. That hopefully something correlates to them, but we need to start addressing the elephant in the room and really calling them out on their bullshit. You're older. I understand it was a great time to be there because life was a lot easier. It's not. The rich keep on getting richer. The billionaires keep on loving more and more. We need to call it out. I hate I'm very big with hate with billionaires. That is something you guys will start to realize. The only minority I do not like is billionaires. And if I would put that on a shirt, I feel like it would go crazy because everyone would be like, whoa, whoa,
Like, go
oh,
crazy.
okay, okay. Uh, and
Crazy.
so
That would go.
I
That would do numbers.
oh
Yeah.
easy. I
Like,
have a shirt with the Labor Party, and they're very pro union, things like that, and it says "fuck
Yeah.
billionaires" with the
Mhm.
heart, and everyone always loves it, old, young, and things like that, because you shouldn't love billionaires. Those people are not good people. They did not get there in a very nice way. They used people, and I think that's the thing we need to kind of start saying. Elon's not super smart. He came from an emerald mine in South Africa.
mm-hmm.
They
You know
should not exist. Billionaires shouldn't exist.
exactly.
Yeah.
It,
But
just heard
I
there. I heard there. What was it? I think it was Thomas Bishop said they're a glitch in the system. They should not exist.
and I try to make that really eye opening. I know the hurricane in Hawaii last week, or the tsunami, supposedly
Hmm.
tsunami.
Yeah.
Everyone was trying to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to safety high grounds. I don't know if Oprah's a billionaire, but again, one person having 100 acres on in Hawaii. Again, it's an island, so it's not a lot of land. 100 acres is a shit ton of land, and they had to pretty much force her because social media called her out to open up her gate to get to safety. She wasn't going to open up her gate, and that means hundreds, if not thousands of people would have died if the tsunami actually hit the island. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
crazy.
understand you can do
No.
a lot of great things and you can make a lot of money, but if you're not giving majority of that money back, because again, you're not going to be able to use that money, then stop allowing this. Don't allow these people to continue to get more and more. You gain to the next level. Lower class, the middle class, the high class, it's all about assets. If one group of people keep on collecting all the assets, how are you going to go to the next? If we told Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos to get rid of 10,000 acres of land that they own throughout the US, you know what would happen? We could build more houses. People could live in those more rural states and areas, and you would get more attractions. You can build more cities, X, Y, and Z, but we don't. We let these people keep on acquiring more and more.
Absolutely. And then we have these parasocial relationships with billionaires.
It's weird.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
weird. I don't
crazy.
care what they're doing.
I really don't. Because we have much bigger things to worry about. And we want to talk to you about something that I think a lot of people are worried about, and that's if their vote even matters, because we're watching the gerrymandering, them trying to silence minorities all throughout Texas. We watch them move election dates in Florida. And so a lot of people are starting to come to the conclusion that maybe my vote doesn't matter, and maybe I just shouldn't even vote in general because this is all corrupt. So, what would you say to somebody in your district that might be feeling this way and feeling like their vote might not even matter?
I hear it all the time, and it's at an unfortunate kind of space where we are. Being a millennial, 30, I'm 30, so I have friends that have never voted. I have friends that don't know basic civic education because we don't kind of emphasize what it does and how crucial it is to your day-to-day lives. And when you start to explain to people the correlation of your city councilman. Why don't I have public access to transportation? Why can't we get more trains? Oh, that city councilman said no, or that board of commissioners said, hey, we're not going to allow trains to come over here, or we're not going to allow small businesses. We're only going to sell to Amazon or big businesses. That's why it's only big businesses over here, not small businesses. Once you start putting that correlation as saying, hey, that person is controlling that, that's where the masses get dangerous because they know who their enemy is. It's no longer left or right, it's looking up. The person who's making money off of this. And it's simplistic things. We have a thing going on right now with the Public Service Commissioner. A lot of people don't know who that is or what they do. That is the person that fights for your utilities. So If your utility bill keeps on going up year after year with that one specific company, they're the person that fights and says, hey, we're not going to do that anymore. You're going to drop the rates or we're going to cut the rates. Okay. You guys want more cleaner energy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to do that. Let's go that way instead of keep on using coal or keep on going down the same repetitive cycle. We need to know these people because they're shaping our future. I understand Congress is very, 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 very crucial, but we need to emphasize basic civics are the people that are changing your life. So, city councilman, your school board, your board of commissioners, X, Y, and Z. So, with that being said, I went on a tangent. My apologies. You need to really
Okay.
kind of show them that their votes do matter, and it does matter, regardless of how you feel. A lot of these small positions that influence your life are 1,000 votes, 50 votes, 20 votes, 10 votes. It's not a big margin like you see on the presidential. It's a lot closer. Your vote matters so, so big. As well as, are you just going to allow them to keep on getting worse and worse? And I hate people that kind of complain about the government and say, oh, I hate this, I hate that, system's rigged, Democratic, Republican. I get that. But what are you doing in your community to fix that? Are you creating your own party? Are you creating coalition and things like that? If you're just going to sit back and complain, I don't want to hear it. There's a lot of keyboard warriors, and since I've done this whole campaign thing, there's a lot of those, but they do not have an answer. They do not know how to respond. They do not know what to do. They just accept it. Oh, that's the way it is. If Martin Luther King said that, how would you feel? Where would we be now? You know, if Rosa Parks said that, oh, it's just, it is what it is. I'll be in the back of the bus. It is what it is. It doesn't make sense. Don't take it. Be a revolutionist. This is what we're meant to be. This is our country. This is what we are supposed to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great answer.
So you're speaking our language right now. Yeah, man. I always tell people, I'm like, if you think it doesn't matter, why are they trying so damn hard to take it away?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they trying to pass the SAVE Act? Why are they gerrymandering Texas, which is already gerrymandered to oblivion, to literally just turn it blood red? Like there's
Yeah.
maybe two blue micro. Why are they doing that if your vote doesn't matter? Why aren't they ignoring that then?
And I think the one thing people don't realize, we have the chance to have power from the ages from 18 to 40. That is the sleeping giant that when I ran for Congress, like in the moment, they said, don't go after them. I said, why? My own generation, my people? No. Why? Because they don't vote. Go for the 45 and up, 45 to 65-year-old women. And I said, what? And it's sad because we see Zoran Mundami win the general election or the primary, and he had the youth come out, and the youth is 18 to 40. And when you have that come out, they can't stop us. We're outnumbering them. We're moving a lot faster. We have a lot more knowledge. We need to show that, and we need to show that in every goddamn election. Have someone in there that actually cares about you, knows about you. Hopefully they're around our age, but actually understand, like, do better, make your life better.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow these rich folks in. It's unfair. We never have a candidate that is from the working class. There's only 2% in Congress out of 500 and I think 45. So that's like 2 or 3 or 4. Nothing, very, very small. That makes no
Micro.
sense. That makes
Very
no sense.
surprised.
They can't relate to us. They don't know that check to
They're
check
not us.
life. They don't know none of that. So, yeah,
They're not us. They're not us.
they're not.
So we're at the fun portion. They not like us. If you were running for president, who would your dream VP be, living or dead?
Ooh. There's so many people. Do they? There's many levels to this. Is it political? Is it not political? Historical? Uh,
It's any living or dead. We
Anyone.
really just gave you the entire spectrum.
that was the
Anyone.
hard, like, if we're going off of pure
I feel like I can't
answers,
guess yours. I feel like I can usually guess.
it's gonna be thrown off. The key of the game, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I know he would be the one whooping ass when I'm not around. He's definitely handling it, and I know he would know how to win a debate. I know he would go back and forth to Vance, Trump, any of that. He's my hound dog. He's the person yelling, getting hype. I'm like, yeah,
Clanking
he's
the beers.
exact all that. You get the rural areas, you get the MAGA, the Republicans. They're like, hell yeah, that's the perfect in my eyes. Or the more
That's a good pick.
Jon Stewart, second one. And that's just because he knows politics. He's a celebrity. He is a very,
big
very
vet guy.
So again, yeah.
Okay.
So,
those are some solid ass picks.
Sure.
Exactly. Those are celebrities, but untraditional. But
yeah, because we love putting celebrities in office, right?
Exactly. That's such a great idea. That always works out.
Always works.
And then he's actually not a psychopath, so
yeah, maybe we can.
That would actually work.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Try it again. I love it.
Yeah.
But to end, we always ask this question because we want to know what you love about the state that you live in. Because obviously, you've lived there your entire life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, you love it.
I love it to death. That is Georgia's my home. Ray Charles, Georgia. That's like my theme song in my head at times. The Wings. The Wings is what keeps on bringing me back. We have wings, no lie, where I used to live. In a quarter of a mile of one another, there was 12. So that shows you how influential wings are. We have music. We have very, very diverse group of people that live in Georgia, that come from everywhere, different personalities. You can see from social media, and we trend set. What else? The strip clubs. I support my independent, strong business workers and things like that, because you have to support them.
That's right.
They are registered as a business, and they pay their taxes. They work hard. Also, if you want to get a good steak, wings, go 12 o'clock Magic City. You'll get a hell of a deal. The next thing I would say is just the perseverance and the history. My family is from Georgia. We date all the way back to slavery times, 1800s. That's the furthest we go back. And I know the plantation and all that stuff. And I always say I feel very connected. I've lived in California, I've lived in Texas, and somehow my ass always comes back here. Even my family, both my dad's from Indiana and my mom's from Philadelphia. They somehow ended up back in Georgia. And out of coincidence, I was like, I guess I'm kind of stuck here at this moment. So, again, weird coincidence. You learn, you meet a lot of great people, a lot of distant family members with your last name, and yeah.
You got soul ties there.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly. It's really soul ties. I might have to burn down the plantation, but I mean, that might freak my spirit, but I'll do that after I'm in office.
We'll get Annabelle to do it. Yeah, we'll get Annabelle to do it. So you don't have to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be too busy. You're gonna be very busy.
Very, 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 very busy.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll just leave the Annabelle
go,
door
we
outside.
want you to shameless plug all of your socials and everything that you want people to know about. If you have any events coming up, It's shameless plug time.
Give us all of it.
So all my socials are Bonner for Congress. My Facebook is down. It got hacked by someone in Vietnam. I don't know how they did that, but that was very special, very, very next level. They hacked in, did it at night, and then tried to log in on like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. When I woke up at 5, I was locked out, and I can't appeal that process because they attached the Instagram that I have no access to. So currently, me and Meta are in a very, very angry email thread going back and forth saying, "Give me my Facebook back." But when that comes
You should
back,
make a
it's
video.
Bonner for. I should. They might piss me off. They
Yeah.
might ban me. I'm kind of scared about that now. But
Just crash
that
out.
we have a community cleanup in the next August 10th, this Sunday. A lot of big organizations, DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, Young Dems, and multiple counties are working together, as well as a few co-ops. So my big thing is getting coalition. I have really learned my gift of gab, and bringing people together in coalition building is very big if you want to do something. So I might be a scary person by the end of this year because I have very strong connections. Also, I became the vice chair of the Labor Party for the state of Georgia today. That was another I was like, "Ooh, this
Hey,
is cool. This is nice."
congrats.
Always pro
Yeah.
union, for the people, for the working class. So, but yeah, again, those are the many events. I'm very big with
That's all good.
community outreach, social gatherings, and doing something good. So yeah, I'm done.
We love a shameless plug, okay? They need to know where they're going to
Absolutely.
find you. We're going to leave all
I'll
the
tell
links.
you, follow him on TikTok.
Follow him on
Do it.
TikTok, and you need to check every day, every hour, like Devin does.
You don't know what's going to happen. They took you out of my FYP because I've been
I,
wondering
I
why it hasn't
my,
been as frequent.
so my dad has been sick since this whole race, and that has kind of
Okay.
been getting worse. So I've throttled down
Okay.
from campaigning to even
Okay.
just. So yeah, I promise it's there.
Okay.
I have the ideas. They're ready.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I think
Okay.
by
Because
the
I
end of
did
this
search
week.
the other day and I was like, wait, I didn't repost this one yet. Why didn't they give this one to me?
I don't know. They don't want to see me be great. But trust me,
They
you're about
don't.
to
They
get.
need to see it.
They don't.
They don't want to see us be great.
They don't.
They're
But
hating on us.
yeah. Other than that,
Well,
I want to shout out to my favorite movement, the People Sick Day. Again, I want you guys to know I'm going to flip a shit when I'm in DC, and I'm gonna pull a People Sick Day. Not on an important day when we have to vote, but just know I'm gonna use that.
he's gonna get
I
on
too am doing this.
I am doing this.
Like, you see that working class? You see that? He cares.
I might get a little
He's with
controversial.
us.
They're gonna be like, "My tax dollars are paying for that." Like, oh yeah, but I swear it's in good intention. Like, how about I tell you guys to do it? I'll still be working. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we got it. We got it covered. We got you. We got you.
We got
I'll
it.
put the platform out there.
Listen, we just need you to restore democracy.
Oh, I can do that. I can definitely do that. That's easy. That's simple.
Yeah. Yeah. You handle the rebellion over there, and then we'll handle
sick day.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll handle the rebellion against the corporations.
And, the corporations. The
divide and conquer.
Yes. I feel like that's how we work with the candidates. We're like, all right, guys, listen to what the people in the People Sick Day are demanding, and then you take that, and then you go. And we divide and conquer.
Like, what did they say? Okay. Oh yeah, that's fire. This is about to go crazy.
Hear the Discord transcripts of all the grievances.
And so I'm just going to leave this right here for you guys.
You got this.
You
All
got
right.
this. And trust that in return we'll be like, where are those bills? We need to see those bills.
Oh, you guys definitely will. There will be plenty of
over.
bills, me yelling. I won't be going to Israel anytime soon, so just know that. Yeah, little small things. I'm here to actually work. And you got 10 years of coming to DC. After that, I'm going back home. I want you guys to know that. I'm not going to be
Take our
there.
10 years with gratitude.
I will
That's how it
pass
should be.
Hey, that's how
I'm going
That's
to pass
how it
the
should
baton off.
be.
That is the goal. The next generation can
That's how it should be.
go.
Same. We won't be in front of this
Love it.
microphone in 10 years. We'll pass it off to somebody else.
Please.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
Be
Yeah.
done with us by then.
Yeah. I'm not trying to work forever.
But
No.
yes. But we want to thank you so much for coming on to the Blue-Lusional podcast and yapping with us. It feels like we're just on live as usual. We asked you more direct questions.
I appreciate this. Again,
Yeah.
it's an honor to be here. You guys are my favorite people. I really do appreciate you guys and all the support you do. Again, DC is going to be a hell of a time with you guys. I might use my own funds to fly you guys out there. So, just remember that.
It's gonna
My own
fly us
funds.
out.
Keyword, my own funds, not taxpayer money. My own funds to fly you guys out.
We hit record, right? We hit record.
Still recording.
We hit record. Okay.
Maybe
Cool,
hopefully
cool.
we'll be in a good position wise. We're getting there. But
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Keep on. You're making the moves. The movement's growing.
We're trying to do this the right way. And we've always said if we do this the right way, we will reap the benefits of doing it the right way. So that's what we're holding ourselves to. And we know our grassroots candidates feel the same way, why you're not taking that corporate funding, exactly why we are not doing it.
That's why we love you guys.
We love you. We appreciate you guys. And we can't do this without you, and you can't do it without us. We're here to help one another. Yes. We can all stand up together. It doesn't have to be one another.
Absolutely.